What's going on? I'll be Fitness Gaming, and you've seen the title of the video. You know why you're here. Siege Domain. We are playing the Tarmogoyf in the main. We have removed the Lightning Helixes and put them on the sideboard. Deck will be in the description below. Alright, so this is a good hand here. A lot of threats, no interaction, but sometimes we don't care about that. We just want to smash, smush. Okay, so let's see. So we need black and blue. Probably not going to be able to get blue unless we get breeding pool. I think breeding pool. We'll figure it out. Let's see. So we're gonna go. This can get us that. Then that can get. Okay. All right. So we're gonna lead with Windswept Heath. We're gonna get the Triome, and then we're gonna go with Sacred Foundry into Kavu. That configuration of land also allows us to cast Lightning Helix. One thing to keep in mind, but it does not allow us to cast Dromoka's command on turn 2. But a lot of the times we're not casting Dromoka's command on turn 2 anyways. Ooh, Nacatl. I think we're gonna pitch the Tarmogoyf here. Not a bad one. So now we're going to be able to cast a Kavu into a Wild Nacatl. They could have a counter spell here. Yep. Still got a nice little 2-turn clock here, and then we have Tribal Flames and Siege Rhino. They can close out the game if they start interacting with our board. We're going to pitch. Oof, what do we pitch here? The Draco, maybe? So we're not going to go for the Siege Rhino here. I want them to tap out. Because they still have to deal with our board. Okay, that's whatever. Alright, so we're just going to do this now. Pretty straightforward matchup here. Our hand was heavily creatures. Yep. And that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. They could have force and negation here, but yeah, no, not even that can save them. Alright. So I think we just keep the hand that we have. I mean, not the hand, the deck configuration. I don't really see anything that I didn't see anything out of them that requires us to make any changes. Siege Rhino, I mean, I'm assuming we're going against some type of control deck, so Siege Rhino is good because we are going to need a later game threat in case they wipe our board with like Supreme Verdict and stuff like that. We can continue the pressure. Dromoka's command could be decent. Lightning Helix can always be decent. And I think that's about it. Tarmogoyf is decent in this matchup as well. Yeah, I like this. We're going to keep this here. See how this treats us. I've seen decks, these blue-white control, whatever 4-color control decks. I've seen some of them start running Snapcaster Mage again. So I could see Rest in Peace maybe being a little okay, but I don't think it's good enough right now for this matchup anyways. We'll see. Alright, so we can get Temple Guard and Steam Vents. So we'll keep this. Alright, so Temple Guard in here, Wild Nacatl. So even if we draw Fetch Land here, I think I want to lead with Steam Vents anyways, so that we could potentially catch a spell. There might be something we can get lucky with this Stubborn Denial here. And if they don't do anything, we're just going to bolt them at end of turn. Tarmogoyf. Yep. Tarmogoyf is a good one. Alright, so we're just going to bolt them. Tarmogoyf is going to be a problem. We can't Tribal Flames it, because then it will grow to a 4/5, and we currently don't have a swamp. If we had a swamp, we could kill it. Now, if they play a Planeswalker or something, and we're forced to Stubborn Denial, that could be a problem for us, because then this Tarmogoyf just continues to grow. But let's see what happens. We're just gonna bolt them here. Okay, so we're not drawing anything relevant. I want to hold on to our Tribal Flames, because that might be our only out to this Tarmogoyf. So these control decks, normally what they like to do is land a threat, either Planeswalkers or Planewalkers, a Tarmogoyf or some type of threat, and then they kind of just sit back on counter magic and removal spells. So in a position like this where we're behind because they have a Tarmogoyf in play, it's really hard for us to get out of it, because they have probably a handful of interaction. And it's basically the strategy that we're trying to play. We're trying to land a big threat and protect it and ride it to victory. But they are able to do it a lot better than we can. Alright, so we're just going to take this here. Binding is good. We'll do it on their turn. So we're gonna have to do binding here, because they could have bolt. And this is what I'm saying. They just sit back on counter magic and things like that. Alright. I mean, we could try to stubborn denial them here. But I don't think that does anything. Tarmogoyf is going to grow. So now Tribal Flame's no longer an option. Alright, so we're dead. Bolt. Oh no, they're gonna do that. Bolt. Let's go ahead and just stubby D this. We ain't got nothing else going on. Alright, so let's see what Lugnut, what we bringing in against Lugnut. I like our main deck, honestly. I don't really see anything that I like this main deck that we got going on here. Control decks tend to be a little bit of a hard matchup for us because they're able to control our board. Now the advantage that we can have is that we can come out a lot faster, and if we come out very fast and aggressive, it's hard for them to take position of the board. But if we don't, they can, and then once they do that, it's very hard for us to climb back in. You know, when you're playing Domain Zoo, you don't like to be playing the game from behind. You always want to be ahead. You always want to be ahead on the board as far as aggression comes. We'll do this. This allows us to get Steam Vents in case we got to counter something. Also, we can get the Xander Lounge for Domain. Alright, so I'm just going to Tribal Flame them here if we don't draw a threat. Because it's not worth really throwing out this Tarmogoyf. They're just going to bolt it if they have Bolt. So now, when we run out our Tarmogoyf, if they do have Bolt and they try to bolt it, the Tarmogoyf will then turn into a 3/4. Which you'll be surprised, there's a lot of people that get caught up with that. Alright, Kavu. Alright, so we're just going to play this. We're just going to go for the Kavu here. And now we have Stubby D up, which we're just going to use now. They could have Force of Negation here. Okay, that's good for us. Spell Snare. Still a good card after all these years. Okay, Tarmogoyf. We can handle that. Let's pitch this Forest. Okay, so they're blocking here. Bolt. Okay. Alright, so I didn't want to play a Tarmogoyf there because my thought real quick was if they're blocking with the Tarmogoyf, they could have a Supreme Verdict. And that's why they're just giving away the creature. They just used it as a way to protect their life total. And then that can be problematic for us if they do hit us with a Supreme Verdict. Even though I haven't seen white, but maybe that was a mistake on my end. We should have just played the Tarmogoyf. Here. We'll lead with the Brawler. If they counter this, we'll be able to land the Tarmogoyf. I like the Tarmogoyf in this position better because it doesn't die to Bolt. So we'll lead with the Brawler. Sick read by the opponent because I don't think they've seen that we were playing Tarmogoyf. Oh, there it is. That was a very good sequence for them. Yeah, so I guess that one turn where we didn't play the Tarmogoyf, that was a misplay. We'll just leave Leyline Binding up. As a Domain Zoo player deck, you don't want to be going into turn 5, turn 6 with no presence on the board. When that's happening, things are not good. And this is why I like playing the Siege Rhino, because in situations like this, like we still have Siege Rhinos in our deck, so if they tap out and we're able to land the Siege Rhino, it's going to be very problematic for them. Because they're going to get drained for 3, we're going to gain 3, and we're going to have a 4-5 threat that can end the game really quickly. So opponent's deck just cycling through their deck right now, seeing a lot of cards. So they're going to be able to shape their hand exactly what they need. Alright, Kavu. I think the best use of our mana is to try to land this guy, the Jegantha. They also know we have it. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we got a Jegantha in play. That's good for us. We're not going to crack this fetch. We can always just grab a plains. Okay. I'm going to go with the Draco here. And the reason being, it has flying, so if they're able to maybe do like double Goyf, we can still get some damage in. Okay. Not the worst. Let's see how we want to do this. So we got green. Let's get a red source here. Cast this. And we still have a threat in play. I might have tapped wrong that turn there. But it happens. I mean, the idea was to always leave up this fetch land to fetch us something that we need. They could be sitting on a lot of counter magic. We're going to pitch this steam vent here if we're able to attack. If we can get in with this Kavu, we're going to be in great shape because that means they're dead to any removal, any burn spell we draw. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe we just do this and cast both. So now we got two big threats here that they definitely have to deal with. And we have a Leyline Binding for any blockers that they could produce here. They do have a lot of cards in hand. And that's not good for us. If they're able to get rid of these threats, we can be in big trouble. Because they have so many cards. Ooh, another Binding. Not the best, but we're at parity as far as cards in hand goes. Siege Rhino, Tribal Flames. Tapped wrong, by the way. Should have used a Blood Crypt here. Snap. Oh boy. I can't believe these guys play Snapcaster Mage. What are they? Oh boy. We're gonna. I don't really like doing this, but we have to Leyline Binding that Snapcaster. Our life total is not healthy enough to be taking hits from this guy. So yeah, like I was saying, like so these decks are playing Snapcaster again now apparently, and I don't think Snapcaster is good, but in situations like this, it becomes a very problematic card. You know, when you're top decking, in situations like this, it's obviously a great card. Alright, so we'll just have 6 here. Opt? No, bolt. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, that's why we don't want to be taking damage from Snapcasters, because they also play bolts and they also play Snapcaster and bolt. So we definitely need a Siege Rhino here. Nope, no Siege Rhino. We gotta try to take this, if not we're just going to die. Definitely need a Siege Rhino now. Yep, and we're just drawing lands. It's unfortunate. So turn 13. Did we take the Siege? Did I take the Siege Rhinos out? I don't think I did. All right. So GG. Draw. All right. So let's go over that matchup there. There might have been a small misplay on my end, where I should have just casted the Tarmogoyf instead of holding on to it, but I don't know if that would have won us the game. It could have, because that was a close game all up into the end. We were in a top deck war. The Snapcaster Mage, although we did kind of anticipate that they could play it, was a surprise. Knowing that, knowing that they're playing a Snapcaster Mage, we definitely consider when we attack with the Kavu removing cards from the graveyard, if that's an option for us. As far as Rest in Peace, now that I think about it, would have been a good card, especially, I mean, we knew they had the Tarmogoyf, but we didn't know that, we weren't 100% sure they had the Snapcaster Mage, but them having Snapcaster Mage and Tarmogoyf, knowing that now, I would definitely want to remove my Tarmogoyfs and play 2 Rest in Peace, because that would give us a big advantage there. I also like Lightning Helix in this match. I just don't know if there's anything we want to take out. Stubborn Denial is good, Bolt's good, everything is good. On the play, maybe we take out the Nacatls. The Nacatls could be slow on the play against control decks, and maybe we just want to play a longer game with more damage. I mean, I'm sorry, on the draw. On the play, we definitely leave the Nacatls in. On the draw, I can see removing the Nacatls and going with lightning bolts. But you know, the thing about these games is you have to play this matchup so many times and mess with your deck so many times, so you can kind of really find what are the best combination of cards. But yeah, that is how I would play this matchup, as you can see there. Anyway, if you saw any misplays other than the ones that I mentioned, comment at the bottom. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, hit that notification button. I post daily. I hope you guys continue watching these Domain Zoo decks. Continue innovating. Comment at the bottom. It helps out a lot. Thank you so much, and peace out.